Hello, Lee.
Good morning, Fred. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I just set an alarm to get up. I've only been awake for 3 minutes.
Okay. I've changed my name, but it comes back to... Hello, Mark.
Hello, Alfred.
Yeah, renamed.
My last big boss was named Alfred. We just called him Al. Do you like that?
Yeah, I even have a domain name, alfred.com.
That's nice too.
Yes.
Have you gotten to Linz? Are you close?
Not yet. Dean told last time that he may pass by Amsterdam, but he didn't. So otherwise, well, I cannot go at this moment, but I will be soon there, I think.
Yeah, he said they only wanted 50 people a week right now.
Yeah. But that's the Austrian. That's not the knowledge seekers.
Right, but how are you going to get the nation through there? Or there's got to be more than 50 people a week that want to look at this. But again, he said he didn't want it to be a museum setting.
Right.
Like people gawking at it or...
Yes. I think like here in the Netherlands, there is so much critic about it. And not many people are open yet for it, unfortunately. But we are working on that, so that the initial group where Mr. Keshe was invited by, they will take it up again.
I know we mentioned getting together over there with your group.
Yes.
For old time, you're putting the band back together, in other words.
We are preparing so that he wanted to teach again here. So we are preparing that.
And I hope by our presence, we've changed the flavor or enhanced the flavor of the meeting.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
And there was no one, not many Dutch last time, and up to now there is no one Dutch. But I will occasionally do something in Dutch. I have a presentation that one of the knowledge seekers has translated. The Brazilian introduction of Keshe. You know, the one that was painted.
The animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was impressive too. That's the first time I've really seen that technique used, and it's very nice.
Yes, it is.
So it's amazing where we are. Yeah, it's probably mostly just fear. And, you know, as in the old mythical stories, once the dragon is wounded, then all the regular townsfolk come out.
Yeah,
help.
Yeah.
They want to be helpers.
Yeah.
Once the dragon is
there are
wounded.
many who know about it.
Oh, of course. And especially, yeah. But it's interesting. I think what I had just thought was that the exposition center is and he said this as well, it's a laboratory as well.
That is something interesting, yes.
Right. A laboratory posing as an exposition,
A
exhibition.
live laboratory.
Exactly. So we have no idea of what I mean, we have some idea and we're getting more ideas, but the position that the knowledge that he shared, and that the little bit we understand, as he said, nursery school, right?
Yeah,
He's been teaching for nursery school. So
yeah.
best teacher on the planet I've ever seen or been with.
And the beauty is that now it's live, so this gives a complete other dimension.
Now it's what?
Live. It's actual. It's live from the exhibition with knowledge seekers in the.
Okay, I thought you were saying live. It's live. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very powerful. He's going to show the aquarium there or something similar or something.
Yeah,
Growing.
exactly.
Yeah. So that's why I like it, because one of the things is all the different language communities can meet there at a central point, and
Yeah.
we'll all be together.
Yeah. And you know, while he's there, people all around the world are on 4 different channels joining. It's even more impressive than it was in Desenzano or in Bari.
And 10,000s of contracts already signed for the unit, which means the manufacturing, he said, will get expanded in China.
Whoa!
Already signed contracts.
Oh, yeah. It's too beautiful to leave.
And a commercial unit, a materials enhancement unit being set commercially to make a ton of copper per day.
Yeah. Or whatever you want.
Exactly.
Rare material. What do you think about that? There are even more rare materials than gold. Titanium.
Well, the yellow bottle he revealed was folic acid. I thought it was limoncello from Italy at first, just as a smile, you know, but it was that bright yellow.
Yeah.
So.
Cans that we never saw up to now.
And that bottle, he said, sells for 400 to 600 euro.
Aha.
Something like that.
Aha. There's no limitation.
As he said, from one planet to a star, to back to a star, and back home in bed all at the same.
Yeah, yeah. Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
That's why I said we can't grasp this yet.
No.
We're approximating it. And like he said, only playing with the fringes of the soul, not really the soul yet.
So Lee, what are you up to?
Me, I'm trying to work out how to ask a really strange question next time Mr. Keshe is around. Pretty much along the lines of, if a spaceship is controlled with emotion, could we build a really small spaceship, drone-sized spaceship, to carry our Gansers around while we still get around in our physicality?
Sometimes when you ask a question and you send it in space, you get the answer.
I've noticed that. I just have to think them or half type a question and pretend to hit send, and I already get the answer. So I just delete it and sit back and be quiet again.
Exactly. That's probably the secret of Akashic records.
I learnt about that some decades ago. Yeah, what I'm finding with this Keshenology, I call it, is the more I learn, the less I need. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Yes, it is. So, well, let me see. Do you see now my Telegram in the screen?
Just the Dutch Knowledge Seekers Workshop background.
Not the Telegram. Okay. Okay.
I don't see a Telegram.
Otherwise, I would have to be more careful, I think. I can show you a picture of the Evoluon, which is quite something.
What's that, Fried?
This one. Oh, that's where Mr. Keshe was in 2011, presenting. He wanted to present the flying car that he told about today, and many times before. So that is an exhibition space in Eindhoven. Can you see it?
Yes. Is it Philips?
Yes.
Or is that okay?
Well,
Is that
I am
named
not
after?
sure if it's Philips, but it is in Eindhoven. So it's like a spaceship.
Just to tell you, yesterday along the New Jersey Turnpike somewhere, I saw an article where a bunch of cars had pulled over and one guy had some very nice footage of something that looked very similar to this.
Okay.
And yeah, and it was up in the air. It was kind of looked black and white, but it might have been a shadow or a reflection. It was in the distance, but you could clearly make it out. And it brought me back to the point. And he panned the camera up and down the highway, and there were hundreds of people, it looked like, had pulled over to look at it.
Uh-huh.
And again, Mr. Keshe had said the preparation for the party would be undeniable.
Yes.
This was only one, though.
Right.
And isn't it interesting as well that the Apple headquarters is a very similar shape to this?
Yeah.
Their
It's
new
oval.
corporate. Yeah, very, very similar.
And they have just launched something in Singapore, which is similar to this, but then floating on water. Their newest headquarters in Singapore is very, very spectacular. Or their newest shop in Singapore. I think it's Singapore. Hello, Dan. Dan? Welcome.
Thank you. Hello. I post now for achieve the people, for coming people.
Okay.
And I listened and I do my work.
Okay. Do you know the Evoluon in Eindhoven?
Eindhoven, where is the 129 Tesla? When Mr. Keshe,
No, that was where he wanted to present a flying car.
I
The
remember.
Senzano was 129.
Yes, true. I listened to the workshop. I remember something with one Mercedes car,
Yeah,
or one car, personal family car, something like that a few years ago without the
2011,
motors.
November 2011. He
I
wanted to
remember,
present it.
yes, when it's stolen, confiscated, and this. I remember this, but right now I don't have one, the picture of Eindhoven.
So that is the place Evoluon. Isn't that amazing?
Starship.
No, it's a building.
I know. Where is the auto showroom?
Yeah, probably. I don't know exactly what is now there.
And it's also interesting that a state called New Hampshire in New England just passed a law, the legislature, that said flying cars are legal. So I'm sure, you know, they're way ahead of the knowledge, some of them, than we are.
Yeah.
Of what's progressing here. And Mr. Keshe said he was going to demonstrate using that extra facility that's attached to the main facility.
Yeah.
To demonstrate the car.
Yes.
Greetings, everybody. It's Barbara.
Hello, Barbara. Greetings also.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Lee, for letting me know. Did you guys want more people in this chat? Because I noticed that it hadn't been posted in the groups. She just kind of notified me and our group. So I just thought I'd kind of bring that to your attention if that was your intent or wasn't your intent.
Dan said that he will post it.
Okay. Okay. I haven't seen it, so I just saw her message. So
Okay.
that's how. So I just noticed there's not too many people. So I just thought I'd bring that to you.
Right.
Never it's more. It's never enough. More people. We are for not sustain to. I don't find the word of helping the soul state. Okay, I find how to say this. It's for to support.
Yeah.
In soul level.
Yeah.
More because it is the same family.
Yes, it is.
For this reason, I posted for be more people because we learning one to the others.
Yeah. Thank you.
How did you guys feel about the teaching last night? I don't know if I missed anything or what I missed with you guys.
Oh, it was live from Linz, Austria, with a public of knowledge seekers, live.
Yes, I was present, so
Okay.
I should believe it's good because somebody had mentioned to me, you know, I said I always like to watch live. I don't know what it is. I just doesn't resonate with me just to watch the videos.
Yeah.
And so the person said to me, well, if you had a choice between listening to a song on the radio or going to a live concert, what would you rather do? Well, of course, it'd be the live concert. so why do you want to go to the live concert? And I said, it's because of the energy, the synergy that's there. And he says, exactly. And I said, yeah, because I just feel such energy when I'm live with the teachings.
And I just said it before, what is so special that people all over the world are listening live on 4 different channels. So it's out of the moment. Ms. Keshe always teaches out of the moment, and we witness that what is going on in the world at that moment via Mr. Keshe. I think this is so awesome.
Now, I can give you a short and incomplete synopsis of the meeting from my notes.
Do you want to be the co-host?
No, not necessarily, but you can use the invite function on that hosting screen.
I make you co-host.
No, but I'm just saying on the bottom of the participants list, there's an invite function. And you can just press on people who are in there and invite them, and they can accept or decline. Many times we forget. I forgot about the meeting for the testimonials, and halfway through it, I joined.
All right.
So just feel free to invite whoever's in that group.
Good point. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fred. Hello.
Hello, Ketan.
It's me, Ketan. There is one person from Netherlands. He was asking regarding the Universal Enhancement Unit. Can I send you his Facebook profile so that you can connect with him?
Okay.
Are you on Facebook?
Do it via the Telegram or
Messenger.
Okay. I will send you in Telegram. Are you on Telegram?
Yes.
In
But,
which group?
Can you in some way go via the, I don't know if it's possible, or you may send it now as a note.
He is available on Facebook. He doesn't understand English, so he was asking if anyone is there from Netherlands.
Yeah.
So
Four on the Hill is from the Netherlands, and
yeah.
I am from here.
Yes. So where to send you then? I will ask her to join Telegram.
You can do something in the chat now. I think
He is on Facebook. Can I send you the Facebook profile? Because you are not on Facebook, right?
yeah, I am, but I don't do a lot with Facebook.
You can invite your friends here, and
Yeah.
I ask if it's possible to join Zoom meeting, right?
Okay.
which means you can making the invitation directly.
Yes. My messenger is there invitation, no?
I don't know if you guys have noticed in the media, when they talk about vaccination and people volunteering to get the vaccine, I'm going to volunteer for the flying car. Take me, me. I'll be a student.
You know, the best strategy that I heard of is that when you are threatened by someone to vaccinate you, call 911.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing too loud.
Call 911 because it's a threat on your life.
Yeah. I'm just laughing because I've just never thought of that. I just went, oh, okay, that's a good strategy.
That will crash their systems.
I
It's
have a
not.
daughter.
Go ahead.
I have a daughter that's in her 30s, and she's vaccinated damage from when she was a baby. So I, you know, through the grace of God and prayer and everything like that, she's okay. But it was a very tough struggle in the first few years of her life. She, at 11, at a year old, she only weighed 11 pounds. So that would, you know, the size of a baby that's like maybe 3 months old or 2 months old. And yeah, so I never vaccinated my children from then forth. Actually, it was her pediatrician. So I have stayed away from all of that. It is absolute poison.
So that is a good, that is then even authorized in a certain way because it's a life threat.
Assault with a deadly weapon, I read.
Yeah, you could compare it to that.
For us, when it's calling 911, we say, "Oh, you are making the phone without right. This is not the reason. You have the accident. You have the dead people. No, hello, it's okay. If you call again, say you are terrorist. Go to jail. It's not better idea for calling 911 in our place because it's working. You know,
I agree.
when you want to vaccinate, it's coming with the police man, with the doctors, and don't ask him. You want? Don't you?
But
You are agree or not?
but when they cannot be in such a massive way doing something. So when a lot of people do that, they won't be able to hold on to their system, I think.
Understand, but you know, when you have act regarding this vaccination, the law saying do obedient is not the disease, it's not the mask, it's not this the problem. It's how the political size or the who it's in the bottom in the top. No,
Yeah,
it's how it making the law.
yeah.
Because you care for the not to pay this ticket, no ticket, how to say, for breaking the law. No, so you are respecting the law, but when the law is making how it's making with interest for the others, not for the people,
Yeah.
I prefer don't respect my this law.
Yeah. You have the right to defend yourself.
Step by step, try to stall the breathing air, the all stalling. I don't agree. Yes, I am the master of myself. No, nobody no attend for my liberty, my way of thinking. I have my place. I leave the space to the others. No, for one person, like I say, is sick. No, he have one problem, disease or infection. Yes, you put in quarantine this person, non-obligate other people, all the people carrying the mask, because it's not the solution, carrying the mask or not.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's my point of view. In only each law, you have the windows and doors, back doors, for avoid or achieve, like I say, one route, one shortcut. It's needed to find it. Okay, stay quiet, and I see who is. All right.
Thank you for sharing.
We have a lot of people. Hi, Jalal, and everybody else.
Yeah, hi Adrian. And hi Fo.
Hi, good evening.
I don't know. Oh, attendees now changed. So if there are a few more Dutch, I will play the Dutch translation of the Brazilian introduction. One of our knowledge seekers did a translation.
That would be nice.
That'd be awesome.
The beautiful presentation of the Brazil group for Mr. Keshe and COVID.
Is that the animated one?
Yes.
Oh, I've been just blasting that. Actually, I had a comment on that if you guys would like to hear it. No, it's a positive comment, but it was kind of like, it's important that we get that video out. I think it's a fabulous video. Hang on, I'm just going to read the comment. If you give me a second here. I got to go into my screenshots. Then I get people messaging me. Stop messaging me. Sorry. Go ahead and start playing the video, and then afterwards I'll have it ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I have to go to the I think new share. And then, oh, I don't have it ready yet. Just one moment. Oh. Oh. Yeah, like this. Yeah. You cannot see it yet, I think.
No, not yet, and not hearing.
Right.
Share
Yes.
computer sound.
Here it is. Here it comes. So I have to take that off. You can see it now.
Yes.
Okay, it's filling in now.
Kennis gedeeld door de wetenschappelijke instelling KF Foundation via Braziliaanse vrijwilligers. In deze video wil je een manier voorstellen om tegen COVID-19 te vechten. Een technologie die gratis beschikbaar is gesteld door de KF Foundation, ontwikkeld door de Iraanse wetenschapper Mehran Tavakoli Keshe, dat thuis kan worden geproduceerd met materialen die gemakkelijk te vinden zijn. Laten we de heer Keshe eens voorstellen. Als zoon van een wetenschapper groeit hij op in een huis waar onderwerpen draaiden rond technologie, nucleaire wetenschap en vooral radiologie, wat het vakgebied van zijn vader was. Hij studeerde af aan het Queen Mary College, Universiteit van Londen, als nucleair ingenieur gespecialiseerd in de besturing van reactortechnologie en startte een reeks onderzoeken op het gebied van ruimtetechnologie, nieuwe energiesystemen, landbouw, nieuwe materialen en menselijke gezondheid. Hij publiceerde ook 3 boeken: The Universal Order of Creation of Metals, The Structure of Light en The Origin of the Universe. De KF Foundation is opgericht om onderzoek te verbeteren, technologische innovaties te behouden en te verspreiden met als doel te worden gebruikt voor evolutie en vrede op de planeet. Het wereldhoofdkantoor is gevestigd in Oostenrijk. De stichting heeft 8 fabrieken voor haar technologische innovaties op verschillende plaatsen in de wereld. Al deze technologieën zijn gebaseerd op de observatie en het gebruik van magnetische velden en zwaartekrachtvelden die zich op dezelfde manier vormen en met elkaar in wisselwerking staan in het hele universum, of nu in een melkwegstelsel is of in atomen die de cellen van het lichaam vormen. De energie die alle materie beweegt is de interactie van de velden van elk deeltje in dit universum. Daarom worden neutronen, protonen en elektronen in balans en in beweging gehouden door de relatie van de velden in het kleine atoom. Het is dezelfde wet die de structuur en werking van het zonnestelsel verklaart. De magnetische velden en zwaartekrachtvelden houden de afstand tussen de zon en planeten in stand en bepalen zo hun rotatie- en translatiebewegingen. Als ze samenkomen en dynamisch met elkaar omgaan, vormen ze wat we plasma noemen. De heer Keshe zocht binnen de plasmatechnologie, waar hij de afgelopen 40 jaar onderzoek naar heeft gedaan, een manier om ons te beschermen tegen de werking van virussen. Hij bestudeerde het magnetische en zwaartekrachtveld van COVID-19 en op basis van deze informatie creëerde hij wat hij One Cup, One Life noemde. Een eenvoudige reactor die plasma produceert, ook wel gas in de nanovaste toestand genoemd, bij zoutwater en metalen zoals koper, nanogekoeld koper en zink. Wanneer we drinkwater in contact brengen met de gas, vindt er een veldoverdracht plaats van de gas naar het water, waardoor het virus zijn kracht verliest en zichzelf loskoppelt van de geïnfecteerde cel. Dit proces voert het virus uit door zijn energie uit te putten. Om de gasreactor te bouwen hebben we een glazen pot of glazen beker nodig, een zinken plaat, koperdraden, een nanogekoelde koperspiraal die kan worden gemaakt met bijtende zoden en blootstelling aan de zon, water en zout. Met deze materialen monteren we een reactor in een specifieke verbinding en nadat alle onderdelen op een plaat zitten, voegen we een oplossing van water en zout toe en de concentratie die varieert tussen 10 en 15%. En op dit moment creëren de delen die in contact komen met het zoute water een interactie van velden waar de productie van gas en aminozuren begint. Na een paar uur kunnen we de voortdurende vorming van nanodeeltjes op de bodem van de container en de vorming van vet op het wateroppervlak waarnemen. Dit zijn de gas en aminozuren die later worden verzameld en gewassen, waar ze in contact zullen komen met het water dat we drinken. Met dit proces creëren we water dat gecertificeerd is, niet giftig is en het verandert ons magnetisch veld door dagelijkse inname, inademen en sproeien. Naast menselijk gebruik zuivert het water de omgeving en verandert het van veld. We sproeien zowel thuis als in openbare ruimten. De technologie van de Keshe Foundation kan snel worden geïmplementeerd in steden, waardoor de verspreiding en overdracht van het virus op luchthavens, scholen, instellingen, ziekenhuizen en openbaar vervoer wordt voorkomen. Het gebruik van gaswater in een ziekenhuis in Iran in de stad Mahalad leidde tot de wetenschappelijke certificering, waarbij 200 besmette mensen werden genezen en het ziekenhuis vrij van het virus werd. Mahalad heeft 50.000 inwoners en na massaal gebruik van gaswater werd de stad geïmmuniseerd. De wetenschap van plasmatechnologie opent nieuwe grenzen voor evolutie. Laten we openstaan voor de kennis die de relatie van de mensheid met het leven, energie en het universum radicaal zal veranderen. Dit is de ruimtevaarttechnologie, ontwikkeld door de Keshe Foundation, die op een eenvoudige manier gedeeld werd om vele levens te redden. Bekijk hoe dit gedaan wordt in de onderstaande linken, waar het proces in meer detail wordt uitgelegd. Maak nu reactoren, one cup, one life, en deel deze video om deze kennis te verspreiden.
So that was that.
Yes, a very, very powerful video. I just love that one. And the Canadian, or not Canadian, English version is very good. And this is the comment that I got when I posted this on Facebook. Why is this not readily available through Amazon or other distribution sources? Why is the science community not commenting? I have over 2,400 people on Facebook. I got one comment and 2 likes. Rather just talk about BS than something. And I have been absolutely blasting my Facebook with Keshe stuff for the last 4 months or whatever I've been doing. I just blast. People are ignoring it.
Yes.
It's flabbergasting, absolutely flabbergasting.
Yeah. But you know, one of the reasons might be that it's too good to be true. They say, why is it possible and we don't have heard about it yet? And then they will forget it again.
Yeah, I commented is that being sick is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I said, this technology has been suppressed for years.
Yeah.
I said, make this for almost nothing at home.
Yes, that's probably the linchpin, that it costs nothing.
Yes, yes.
How would you expect that? Cost nothing, and it's benefiting everyone. How could that be? Must be some hidden how can I say?
Agenda?
Hidden agenda.
Yeah, people just, they just don't get it. I mean, you know, people that I know, they're kind of like looking at me for the last few months and going like, okay, oh, there's an enhancement, okay. They just don't see it as being reality. They're going like, we hear about this. Well, if this is true, why is it in the media? Why there hasn't even been bad press? Even if we had bad press, that's advertising. It's true. Because then you're talking about it, and then people, you know, you're getting the name out.
Yeah, but it comes. Mr. Keshe said the news media are on alert.
That's correct. He can be on the internet, but there's a total media blackout of him otherwise. He keeps referencing Fox News.
Yeah.
You know, Barbara is very right. It's not media block. It is the brain block. You know, Barbara, the same thing happened with me. I have a lot of my family, not a friend or anyone as a friend, even my family, closest to me, The same thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you say, it comes from this ear going back to that other ear.
He did say,
responsibility for themselves.
he did say that out of every 1,000 people or so that gets exposed to this knowledge, some will pick it up and some will carry it for a little while, but not a lot.
In the old teaching, in the private teaching, he cleared everything. He said from these 7 billion, it will be only 7,000. And that's, he said that time. For me, it's more than enough.
Yeah. You know that from Maharishi, he has found out that 1% square of the world population is enough. Congruent, a resonant field of, then it was about 7,000 people. Now it's maybe 8,500 people. It's enough for the whole world. It's enough.
But he said we need 50 billion people on this planet to go into space.
Yeah.
Not people, souls.
Souls. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Because the cups is new souls you are creating, your child.
Yeah. So you have a new family.
I never thought of the cups that way, so that just gave me the tingles.
I have at least 3 childs. One is my boy in another room. 2, I have close to me my creatures, my creatures. Because I have the cups, I have the gans, I have the coils, I have the magraph, I have the, no, I don't have nothing. I close in the way of closer, close to me. All the souls of the creation. Nano, matter, fields, what I know and what I don't know yet. We have like a father and child. All the thoughts in my mind is child of my brain, child of my mind, of my soul. What I thinking, what I speak, what I act. For this reason, I remember always, not when he said, Mr. Keshe, when he said, Jalal, act good, be good, and the third,
Think good.
what is that? Because it's Trinity.
Do good.
Be
Think,
good. Speak.
be good, and do. No, it's not speak.
Think good, speak good,
Be good.
and do good.
Think good,
Correct.
speak, and do good. Okay. Thank you.
We good.
Those are the 3 wise men, Mr. Keshe says, that the Christians totally overlooked. Those were the gifts they brought.
Yeah.
Is reverse of the 3 monkey. I know 4 monkey, but 3 monkey. I don't see, I don't listen, I don't speak, and I don't care. It's a lot of monkey.
He referred to them as the 3 wise men.
I understand it's like a joke regarding the wise man. Yes, when it's this wise man for child, baby child, no, from Orient.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the magic, no magic. Yes. Anyway, my joke is regarding the monkey. I know a lot of monkey. When I don't want to listen, what I have, I finger in the ears. I don't want to look. I put the hands in front of my eyes. Is needed to stop and not speak. I close my mouth. This last monkey with I don't care. This is very difficult for figure eight.
And for Barbara and all of us, Mr. Keshe recently said, who cares what people think? Who cares? So just keep that close to you.
Yeah, it's something about our soul. We have to be responsible for our soul. And happily, we can find each other more and more. So we can also exchange.
Right. The journey is you finding your creator. And he certainly went through a lot, from the Mojans flying the units to the reduction of diapers for the retarded in the 6 months test. So if you don't make a few notes, you'll never remember where Mr. Keshe went at these workshops.
Yeah.
Or about Klaus, you know, comparing it to the onion, where he could hear his assistant or something, then he moved a little farther, he couldn't hear, then he moved a little farther, he could hear.
Yeah.
So there are so many points Mr. Keshe covers. And they're slippery. A lot of this is very slippery for us.
Oh, yes.
Because of that monkey brain wants to keep going back to the physicality.
I'm sending back to the lesson, the old lesson. When I look in the 91, it's speaking the feeding system, it's speaking the power unity, the alimentation of in the plasma way, with Alex Bead, with the plasma capacitors of the system. When you say the Sabrina coils, you know, for making these coils of stackers of graph in 90 degrees, when you see what else, a lot of workshops, when you're looking minute by minute, you see everything is writing before. Only now we achieve the not knowledge, because the knowledge is already the understanding. How
Oh, you're breaking up.
to interpret already or don't hear the rate.
Dan.
Is breaking up?
You are breaking out.
With my, yes. Ah, now my soul. I give the hands. Okay, now it's better.
Yes.
I remember when Mr. Keshe said, perhaps the universe don't want to listen that.
Right.
It's my earphone. Well, it's broken, but perhaps the universe don't want listen what I. It's not need for a spotlight or need to confirmation. No, but I say only my point of view regarding of my understanding when I look behind and I see all the knowledge, Mr. Keshe, is the same. In change, is not changing anything. It's only added, more and more and more and more for our understanding.
Another angle every time.
It's not another angle. It is what is the difference between
different approach.
What's the difference between a donkey and a car and a plane and a rocket?
Yeah.
If you speak about the plane, you must speak up first about the car. And when you speak about the car, you must speak about the donkey. A way of travel from this place to this place. And before you speak about the donkey, speak about your legs. And if you understand the first one, absolutely 100% you will understand the last one. So he's bringing us day by day, workshop by workshop, to understand that we have the ability and the capability of doing all these things. But we need to learn, we need to practice as a crawling baby, and then we stand up, and then we walk, and then we run, and then we jump. That's all in it.
But isn't there one part where we become the camel bird?
That's up to you. But hey, he's teaching you how to be a camel bird. because even today he said there is two ways, and you need to understand both of them and work with both of them. When necessary you need it, you can go in the matter state. When necessary needed, you go in the soul state. And that's why he said the new child, he have both.
Mhm.
And then when he erased the board, when everything was gone, and that's when you join the creator, he said. I think he said. And another nice phrase is, why do we have to feed the physicality of the cell when I can feed the soul of the cell? You don't need the physicality.
Yeah.
We got to think that one through.
Yeah. That has become for me very clear when he said, when we are not hungry, we can be in love with the whole of creation. So directly feed from the fields, not anymore using the matter.
Today I was speaking for my colleague in the rest time, and he's talking about the fridge and this thing. I said, why you have a fridge? And then he start to think. I said, why you have a liver? I said, what? I said, yeah, why you have a liver? I said, yeah, without a liver I cannot, I will die. I said, the same. Why you have a fridge? Without a fridge you will die. They said there is no comparison between this one and this one. I said, why? Just understand that you see this is the same thing. If you understand that every time you can go out and take whatever energy, and if it's fruit or food or whatever, so you do not need the fridge. The same thing with the liver. If the energy is available to your emotion and soul, so why you need the liver? So in that case, you will not need it. And then you will not need the stomach. Say, no, just go away from me. It is so. That, it is need only understanding. You will not do it in one day, and you will not get rid of. But in a way, I was also today speaking to my wife. I said, it's not necessary that if you understand something that you will do it, but at least you stop the harm to this part. If you know that this part of your body is working like this and like this and like this, and this is who is responsible, and this is who is controlling. And then whatever it happened, go to the controller. So easy. But without knowing what this part doing, you cannot open it up. You need to open it up, understanding, and finish. In the days, okay, you will train yourself or you do something for it. Then with the time, 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, 100 years, it's no matter. It's the best thing could happen that you step the first step in this road. And then there is no end, and it's not necessary to finish it.
You could say it's a paradigm shift, like it opens a complete new world.
It's exactly how we open up from a monkey to a human. It's the same thing. Part of us still a monkey. In a way, we are learning to be a human.
No hear, no see, no speak.
Yeah.
Right.
Fried, I'm going to come back in on another device. I'm 1% on my iPad.
Okay.
Be right back.
Mr. Alex. Hi, Alex. Welcome to this group.
Oh,
Good day, Jalal. Good day, everybody.
hello, Alex.
Good day, Fried.
Hello, how are you?
I'll be back in a little bit. Thank you.
You also have 1%? He's at work, I think.
And yes, I am at work. I'm trying to make some money.
I understand you, my friend. I was in this position so many times. By the way, today I took a little bit of snap to see the pictures, and when I look to the material enhancement unit, it resonates with me. I feel the vibration only when I look to this device.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It was unusual, really.
Yeah, I wonder, Dean is there. He was in the public this morning. How he experienced it.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a minute. Let him come back to the knowledge seekers. We will kill him with the questions. Yeah, let's see what happens next week. Maybe.
Here they are. That was really peculiar, that to have a live broadcast with people that are familiar, some of them, all over the world, live at that moment. I love that.
I will give a lot for 1 minute beside this man.
You mean the one in the front, next to the table?
Yeah. Although he is not far from me.
Right. Well, you talk a lot with him on the workshops.
He visits me a lot in the dream.
Yeah.
I watched this very interesting video today that my aunt sent me from Florida. It was this doctor that was talking about not to take a certain type of vitamin D, and it was D2. Actually, studies had shown through PubMed that it was actually causing mortality. What was interesting, it was that he was saying that the sun, we need at least 20 minutes a day of the sun because it activates our hormones. He actually talked about magnesium, zinc. I'm just trying to think of the different elements that he told us to do, and he talked about
Vitamin
how,
C.
he didn't talk about vitamin C, but I know vitamin C is important. And
Folic
oh yes,
acid.
and
Folic
yeah,
acid.
and it was valproic acid, which I know for people that I care for, they give that to them. And the other thing was vitamin K to be given with the D3, and that was it egg, salmon were the two food sources that actually has the vitamin D in it. And the other thing he talked about was that if he says, if you haven't noticed that colds, viruses, and flus and whatever are more prevalent in the wintertime, and that's because, especially in the Northern Hemisphere, we are not in the sun. So as we speak, I'm sitting on my deck, sunbathing, getting my 20 minutes a day, because that's one of my my biggest things is that I don't get a lot of sun. And I think about, you know, the people that I care for. I work in group homes, I work in long-term care, assisted living, and that. Those people don't get out.
Mm.
Barbara,
And
Barbara,
I'm listening.
are you sitting in the sun?
Pardon me?
Are you sitting in the sun now?
I am sitting in the sun as we speak.
What is it? I don't see it here.
Oh, well, the sun was actually hiding behind smoke for the last few days. We still have a little bit of smoke, but the sun was actually red for quite some time. So I don't sit in the sun very often. And so I thought, geez, I need to get out in the sun. It's very important. And the other thing is grounding. I put my feet on the grass and get the earth's vibration as well. So that's one thing that we need to do more. So I actually take residents out into the sun. I have a lady that's been in the hospital for over 3 months, and what was the very first thing I do? And I'm going like, I want to take her outside. You know, she needs to see the light. We need to have that sun. So that's what was a very important thing that my aunt sent to me, and I just wanted to share the power of the sun. We need that for our human form.
You catch first. You catch up. Go out in the sun.
I have to put my bikini on.
Out in the sun. You have to stay in the sun. Yes, but the sun is inside you.
I get it.
You are.
Yep.
I don't know if my English translation or because it's strange, no? I go out what I am inside me, and I need the confirmation from the other for have it what I have already. I want to take, but I know I give. The interaction with the sun, yes, with our sun, with the bigger sun, with the smaller sun. Yes. No, but I like it this play with the work we are making.
I feel like a solar panel. I need to charge up again.
Yes, solar panel. In other words, beautiful because you are nano. You have 2 layers, different layers. 2 layers. One is nano coat. The other is, or you can say, the skin. Upper layer and middle layer, down layer, third layer. You have already these panels, photovoltaic, no? Solar panel. You charge the battery.
Yes, I need an upgrade.
Put the other layers, making serious. You need to connect with the others, with the other solar
Yes,
panel or the other souls.
and that's what I'm doing as we speak.
He taught a lot about that today.
The synergy.
As Alex said, huh?
You mean about sleeping?
Who referring to, Mark?
You, Jalal, were you saying about sleeping? Because she's saying she needs a recharge. Mr. Keshe was saying something about they're going to look back in the future and see us sleeping as a really different tradition. It'll become a dysfunction, he actually said.
For today, yes, because the soul is not sleeping. It's not boring because you have a lot of to do, the visit and making. This is for recharging, no? Recharging the battery regarding the sleeping way when you go to bed. But also when you say recharging, is the parallel between the physical way, no? When you have the panel solar, you recharge, or you have the battery, you need to recharge the battery. And I look it in the other way of a plasmatic way, no? It's strange how it makes the connection. You add the other layer, make the other coil, make it the feedback in the matter state like RGB or plasma capacitor, or feedback with what I achieve, what I not take. Yes, what the other offer me and I accept, is needed to make in two directions. One to give, and the other make the feedback. When you take and when you give. I don't know if it's clear what I say. I try to join a little bit, just not for fun. Oops, sorry. I clean up.
I tried to stop share to get the picture, but I don't know what happened.
No, don't worry. It's enough for making whiteboard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because when you're speaking, you have the first, you have the second, and you're coming back for making this. No, it's not good. It's not better. Please. You have this P. You have the GANs. You have the paper, no paper, titanium. What is nano coating? It's everything nano coating. You have the coil. The other coil with its feedback, turning back. Plasma capacitors. In the plasma way, I achieve from environment to the others.
Or this is a battery.
What?
Or this is a battery.
Plasma battery, because you have also the battery and the capacitor.
Okay, let me use your pen. Can you make the draw of today, the 8?
The 8. In this manner?
Yes.
Okay.
the interaction between the soul and the soul of physicality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, and what is the third one?
Yeah, the center.
I was waiting for this drawing and this third one about 4 years.
Mm. Ah,
In my understanding, that one, which is the real important one. And I think the women's, and if I ask Barbara, I think she have more feeling in that part than the manner. I mean the man. The female have more feeling in that point. Yeah, but draw it as in the physicality shape.
In the physicality shape.
Yeah.
Which means the cups. Ah, in the physicality shape.
Yeah.
V or
no. As
female or male, you say?
No.
Ah, in physical shape.
Just draw a man. It's not a problem. Just draw, yes. The heart and the brain.
Okay.
The point of the heart and the point of the brain.
With the lungs? With the lungs?
No. Only the heart.
Ah, only the souls. I understand.
Yes. And the interaction between them.
Ah, the voice box.
Yes, not the voice book. It is under
the thyroid. The thyroid gland.
Yes.
Where is B and vitamin K, kappa.
Yeah, this is the transformer, my friend. This one which transfer all the energy to what he said by if I remember, B and Y.
B, it's a vitamin B.
No, not the vitamin. In the medical teaching, this one which is
it's for splitting. It has radioactive.
Yeah, P and Y.
So vitamin. It's kappa. It's potassium.
No, Palis. I'm not meaning that. I'm meaning this one, which is in charge of dividing the energy in the body.
For splitting, for dividing.
Yes.
When he's speaking regarding the system of reproduction,
everything. This one in charge to send
all the energy, all the. Is break up?
You did break up a little bit.
Okay.
So the question for Barbara, do you feel that?
And Lee.
And Lee, yes.
I feel it, and I haven't even put the water in.
I think in terms of feelings and emotions, what I feel is that we've been conditioned as society for men to be less emotional, and when they have been wanting to do that when they were young as children, they've been shamed of that. So then they've been suppressed. And we all have the ability to feel. And as we become spiritual awaken, men are becoming more tapped into their feelings and having a hard time sometimes with it because they've been conditioned by society as a sign of weakness. That's my thoughts and feelings.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we ignore that, you know.
Let me see. I can stop share. I share screen.
And you know, the best way to practice that, be like an actor. You don't need action to have a reaction. We learned that anything upset us, we need to see it or need to hear it or need to remember it or whatever. We are using this sense, you know, to trigger that emotion side. I think in the near future we are triggering it without anything to trigger. In that case, there is no third part in the equation.
Always is the third. When you have two, always you will have a list of three, because
Yes,
between two, it's always the third.
yes, but in the meaning, if you want to practice, you do not need anything to trigger. The trigger is not outside. That means you do not need to hear something to be happy or upset. You do not need to see something to be happy or upset or whatever this emotion side, you know. You need to
Yes,
practice. You need to practice to be in that mood when you want to be.
yes, like actor, where you say, I learned in last time, crying only with the one eyes upon a time, or one, and after I try to chill out and I try to cry it with the right eyes. I breathe with the nariz, how to say, with the nose, no?
Then
With the,
today you are breaking so much.
it's like a division, it's like earth, no? When you have too much, it's never too much. You are explode, you are breaking, you are give up, no give up, give out. I learning.
And today you think you have too much, huh?
No. It's always in this. I expand what you offer like a space in like a plasma. No, I manifest in the space of the other plasma.
Yes, I understand.
When I say I breathe with one part, and after I breathe with the other mm, nariz, I don't know how to say when you breathe with the nose, not with the mouth. Anyway, it's a training and learning process. It's from inside, it's not from outside. Okay,
For Adrian, you need to know, without the weak, there is no position for the strong.
Is not the creator without the creation.
Yeah.
What is the purpose of creator when you don't have the creation?
And in the way,
Bigger and smaller.
yeah. And in a way, Mr. Keshe said, yeah, now who is the stronger?
It's 100 plus 1, 100 plus.
Everyone add to the other. That means there is, they are equal, because both of them depend one of the other.
Is the pinpoint or heartbeat. I give it to you, you give it to me, and so on.
Ping pong, huh?
We're all connected through emotions in our fields. And I don't know if anybody's experienced anything, if you're a parent or have a sibling or a close friend or a partner, where you would have a feeling that something was wrong. And then you would get a phone call or you phone and you find out they were in danger. And that happens quite a lot, especially in mother to children or to a sibling. I have a sister that's highly intuitive. And she would phone me. We're like thousands of miles apart. And she'll go, "What's wrong?" What's going on? Nothing. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, tell me what's going on. I can't lie. So our emotions go out there, whether they're positive or negative. So it's really important that we stay in a higher frequency instead of the lower vibration, because we end up feeding that field at the same time.
Yes. Ms. Keshe also said today again that what we think becomes our world. My words, but I think even he said it exactly like that. So what we think completely will be our world. So we have to think very, very supportive, that we can have a supportive world.
It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yeah. Whatever you think is absolutely true. You know, somebody, comments and they'll go, "Well, it's this way." And I said, "Well, if that's your belief, then you're absolutely right." Yeah. It becomes their reality. And people get stuck. And unfortunately, here on Earth, people get attention in negative ways. They are attached, their identity is attached to sickness. And you give a solution or, advise something or offer something for someone to get better. They don't want to get better. They want to be where they are because they get that attention. I deal with this with people that are handicapped. It's called learned helplessness, where they always are wanting to get attention in a negative way, but that was the only way they got attention, and children do the same thing. So we always have to do positive reinforcement instead of negative reinforcement. Look for the good things and give praise for that. That's why you may see me from time to time saying positive things all the time. I want to put that vibration out there. I don't want to be dwelling on the negatives and things. On Facebook, I talk a little bit about the pedophiles just to make awareness. But most of all, I try to uplift people in a positive way. I remember back in the 90s when I was doing some of my training and facilitating, we did an exercise where we went back to back to a person. We just sat back to back and we physically touched. And one person What were you thinking? And then you would have to express what you felt that person was thinking about. And 9 out of 10 times, you would get it. So, and then we went apart. So that, you know, it was the physical, and then it was the apart. So it's so powerful, our thoughts are, you know, even if you're in a marriage and you look at a woman in a lustful way that's not your wife, you've already committed adultery. And that's how it all happens, because everything starts with a thought. Whether you are wanting to have bad intent, or you want to create something or build something, it all starts with a thought. So it's very important what we put in our minds.
Yes.
Barbara, did you saw the health teaching, the public health teaching?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm assuming it's got a lot to do with your thought process. Because I work in the health field for a number of years, you know, I've got people come up to me and there'll be, you know, some sort of sickness going around, and they're just like, aren't you worried about getting the flu? And I said, I don't buy into that program. And I haven't been sick for years. Like I was starting to have some health issues, and our body will manifest things to bring it to our attention, because the body will do everything to keep us alive. So whenever I would have something going on, I'll go, okay, I get it. Thank you for the warning. I got the message. And 9 out of 10 times that works. And so I just don't go down that path. You know, some people will say, well, you're getting too old for this, or, you know, you're going to be this weight, or you're going to be have this disease. And I'm going, no, I don't buy into that program. That's not a program that I'm buying into.
Yeah, you will recognize a lot in older workshops from Mr. Keshe.
Yeah, and especially the health teaching. It will add to you a lot.
Thank you very much.
There are some public health teaching workshops on the internet. So that's Lee who asks. And there are private health teachings. I think they are already also in the public, are they?
And the real private teaching of the health,
okay, they stay in the private, yeah.
They are not even in the...
But Barbara will be a knowledge speaker, so
yes.
You will have access to everything.
Good. I love knowledge. I've been learning forever. I will forever.
Well,
there are some thousands of hours, so welcome.
You kind of swim there in your bikini.
No, you don't want to see me in bikini. Not in this this upgrade. I need an upgrade on the suit.
You will.
Well, you know what's ironic is that if I ever ran into my high school teachers, they'd probably fall over, because I dropped out of high school when I was 16. I just basically told them, this is messed up. I'm out of here. So, oh yeah, I was a real rebel. And so I ended up going back to school. I went and took agriculture. And then I got my grade 12, and then I took university, double majored when I was 40 years of age. And then as I come out here through the emergency stuff and Coast Guard stuff, radar, you tell me, I got it all. So I'm looking forward to this. This is kind of fun. Teaching's fun for me.
You are in good company with Mr. Keshe. With 20 or so, he said to the teacher, that is not right what you are saying.
Yeah, I used better choice words when I left. But I wasn't ready. You know, and I was forced. In fact, I didn't even like reading out loud. I used to stutter. And what I found is that what they were trying to make me read was stories that were just empty. I love reading, and I have a huge library, but it's all knowledge, resource books. Sometimes I buy books that I don't even open for like 5 years later. It's like my soul saying, oh, I need that book. And then next thing you know it, I'll look at the book and I'll go, oh yeah, and I'll open it up and it's exactly what I need at that time.
Oh, great. Yeah, great. Wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you, Will.
You are in the good company, I think.
Oh, that's good, because for a while I thought I was living alone for the last 4 months, but after realizing that every cup I make, I have company now. Now my house is getting pretty crowded. I might have to get a bigger space.
Yeah. Mark en Ad, zullen we nog iets met Nederlands doen? Oh.
Ik luister, vriend.
Oké. We zouden kunnen een stuk van de workshop en dan proberen nog af en toe vertalen in het Nederlands.
Ja, het is zo dat ik de workshops de laatste tijd moet missen. Vanwege donderdag namiddag bezigheid. Dus ik heb nooit de laatste gezien voordat deze Zoom doorgaat.
Oké.
Die komt hierna nog.
Zo, even kijken. I don't know if it works out, but I have prepared the workshop. I try. So that would be I don't know what.
Een van de meest gegeten voedingsmiddelen.
No. Stupid. Oh. And that
no problem.
I also don't want.
We're very patient. There's no problem, Fried.
So I have to do 1 more second and then I can skip. So.
Make it smaller, the video in the right corner here.
Yeah.
But
then it doesn't. So no, I have to skip it. And the next one I also don't want. I don't know. No, what is going on? I don't understand. I prepared it exactly, and this stupid thing that I never asked for.
That happened to me last Sunday as well. I had something ready to go, and then by the time I got there, it wasn't there anymore, and I just had to end the meeting. I'm not saying for you to end the meeting, but I thought that was peculiar as well.
Clicking the searching where is KF SSI Workshop Institute again.
I cannot even skip the because I have prepared the workshop 9 minutes, and then it goes to the next one, which I never asked for.
It's because you have automatical, you have the button
I just have put that out because I didn't want.
Oh, my friend, you didn't get it. The workshop in the plasma state, and you are working in the matter state. So that's why.
Maybe that's the reason. Let me try it in another way.
Lee make the question, when is the health teaching? Every day in every workshop. You have the teaching, health teaching.
Yeah, indeed you are right. Also now.
In which Zoom? In all the Zoom in the world, which means the KF SSI. Because when you speak in the transfer of field in plasma, it's also the, we say, balancing of field flow is the other name of, we don't want to say health or healing. We are saying balancing field, flow field. Understanding is the same. When you speak the magraph, the patch, the everything else, it's the same process, the same science. I will search when is Barbara speaking about the ID as ID, deficiency of attention. It's yesterday looking in the seventh workshop of kids.
Yeah. Kids workshops are anyway very interesting always.
Yes, it's bringing a lot of, you know, when you put the question, it's pop up the answer.
Let's try if it works.
There it is.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the 346th Knowledge Seekers Workshop for Thursday, September 17th, 2020. This is a broadcast of the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute, part of the public teachings in English. My name is Rick Kremen. I'm going to be a host today. But of course, we are joined with Mr. Mehran Keshe from the Keshe Foundation, and in this case, we have a special surprise where we have we'll be broadcasting directly from Linz, Austria, from the exhibition hall where the enhancement spaceship units are located, and where Mr. Keshe is located, as well as many other people. So let's you can see that now. Hello, Mr. Keshe.
Unfortunately, the audio is not so perfect, but anyway.
Hear your audio yet, but I'm sure we'll get that shortly.
Not green yet. Is it open? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Good morning, good day to you as usual, wherever and whenever you listen to this series of Knowledge Seekers programs. As usual, this time we have a small surprise for you, where you're at Linz Center. And as we promised, we allow knowledge seekers to join us. And today we have a number of knowledge seekers from Austria and from England, one somewhere, one outside there. And this allows us to share knowledge as usual in a beautiful way. As we always said, we share knowledge freely, and in that process of sharing knowledge, we allow the knowledge seekers to look a step further than what the present knowledge brings. One of the most important things today, which is now built up with the Iranian knowledge seekers, is about how magnetic fields work they become part of the present knowledge. We have opened a specific scientific chapter in Iran for the Iranian scientists. And this is, for instance, Saturday. So we teach, we start teaching and bringing the elite knowledge to the Iranian scientists.
Ik wil even in het Nederlands een klein beetje vertellen. Deze uitzending is van Linz, Oostenrijk, waar op dit moment het hoofdkwartier van de Keshe Foundation gevestigd is. En de eerste keer nu is vanuit die tentoonstelling, wat een live laboratorium is, die donderdagochtend workshop wordt gecombineerd nu met een live broadcast van die designcentrum in Linz, waar die Keshe tentoonstelling is met de body en material enhancement units die we later nog zien. En hij heeft er nu net over dat er een nieuwe richting gaat in Iran, dat daar op een hele nieuwe manier gaan ze daar weten verspreiden. En daar heeft hij het nu net over.
Then we teach outside. We promised we'll do this one, and now the process has started. There is a number of scientists who have joined in, and in the next few weeks, all the teaching will be translated and transcribed in English. The Iranian team will start doing this, which means we teach the edge of knowledge in the group, and the way we teach all is in English. Now we teach Farsi, goes translated into Iranian, what we call scientific investment.
Wat hij zegt is dat hij is nu heel intensief opleiding aan het doen in Iran. En dat wordt allemaal in het Engels vertaald in de komende weken. En daardoor komt al dat weten wat hij nu voor Iran uitlegt, wat hij nog nooit eerder gedaan heeft, komt ter beschikking in het Engels en daardoor ook weer voor alle andere talen.
And organizations and the feedback comes international. This is important for us because now in Iran we have entered the phase of space travel. So we actually started, now the 2 units have been shown, the flight system now is in progress to be developed. But we're teaching the knowledge seekers and the scientists from different organizations join in and they start developing.
Dus het gaat onder andere over het ruimteprogramma, ruimtevaartprogramma, waar Iran helemaal vooraanstaand is. Daar wordt nu heel veel aandacht aan besteed en daardoor wordt dat weten komt beschikbaar over de hele wereld.
One of the most important parts of the technology is how do we travel. Now, the 2 units in the background, you see the enhancement units. Can you show the enhancement units in the background, please? These 2 units are loaded and they are ready to fly.
Dat zijn de units die geladen zijn, zodat ze kunnen vliegen. Dat doen ze nog niet, maar ze zijn wel voorbereid ervoor.
You don't see 2 enhancement units, just the orbit system, but the system behind you, the material state, is fully loaded for lift and flight. It's not just here as a system, and we even asked our people here to secure the systems to the ground. We can.
Er zijn mensen hier die ervoor zorgen dat ze nog even op de grond blijven, die twee systems.
We secure the systems to the ground, but we cannot secure the actual whole system to the ground because they're sitting separately on the top. We expect to see the systems the first time reload fully in operation to start shaking and taking position. We've seen this before in our classes. We expect them to move or at least create a field environment which can be seen from outside as a light. The systems are fully sequentially loaded. This week, we had a test with one reactor, and we already have seen the time. One system, one reactor, was switched on in the material state, and we saw the effects of this one.
Ze hebben experimenten gedaan deze week en wat hij verwacht, omdat hij dat eerder ook al heeft beleefd, is dat als dat systeem zou beginnen te vliegen, dat het eerst gaat schudden. Dat het positie zoekt op die manier voordat het weg zou vliegen. Dat is een teken ervoor dat dan iets gaat gebeuren.
Very direct. The system is only one reactor, and if you can focus on that, your whole system, the minute the field builds up comes, then we have interfered relative. So we have shown what has happened is here is that the magnetic fields of the system
Dat zijn twee nieuwe dingen die in de Keshe shop kunnen gekocht worden. Dat is een UFO-zwevende lamp met luidspreker of met een soort, bijna een soort maanlamp. En het andere is een luidspreker met een zwevende UFO erbovenop. En dat heeft gereageerd op die twee reactoren, op dat veld.
So what this means, we have managed to interfere the magnetic field of the electron. Instantaneously. The system was on for what, 1.5 minutes? 2 minutes, yeah. 2 minutes. And we have interfered with the matter state of the system. We are very sure. The special program is fully on course. And in the next few weeks, we don't announce it when, we start showing everything in feedbacks. The systems both are loaded for flight system. The position between the two is that one takes energy from the other, and in response to each other, they dictate which system takes flight. We know that.
Hoe het werkt is dat alle twee systemen zijn geladen en de een voedt het ander en dat op een bepaald moment is ook één systeem neemt het dan over van het ander en dat gaat in een van de komende weken gebeuren.
from the Iranian experiment. If you look in the far end, there are two reactors. The first Iranian reactors, there is one dome, half dome, and one spherical. We could load the dome and allow the spherical to fly.
Bij die tentoonstelling in het begin, dus aan de andere kant van deze zaal, van deze ruimte, staan 2 reactoren die in 2008 gebruikt werden in Iran voor ruimtevaart. Eén is een doom en de ander is een kogelreactor, als ik me goed herinner.
To create a point of reference. In the space system, when we do travel, we have that point of reference inside the spaceship. Now we use the two systems. So maybe in the near future, when you come here, you will see lights full of it. Here, the whole technology is based on creation of the fields within the structure that we create the magnetic fields in the environment of the system.
Het geheel is dat de velden worden gecreëerd voor het flight system. Dat doet Keshe Foundation. Dus het wordt helemaal bepaald door hun. Met die velden die hier overal zijn, daarmee wordt gespeeld. Daarmee wordt... ik hoop dat ik dat een beetje goed uitgelegd heb.
Yeah, I want to annotate. Can you go back on the system? Doesn't allow me to annotate. Pardon? You got to do it on your board, and I can pick it up. So what in reality we see is the systems. You see them back to front to me. This is the space system. This is the space system. You see a guy passing behind it. Very good, we picked you up. The first passenger just came. This is a good thing.
Dus er is net iemand langsgelopen bij de Material Enhancement Unit aan de linkerkant. Hij zegt dat is nou de eerste ruimtereiziger. Dus welkom.
Alright. As I was showing the thing you just passed, you became the first passenger coming out. So this behaves like the Earth and absorbs all the fields inside, brings stability. And what you see here, one reactor at this position was switched on, which affected the magnetic UFO and other things in the building. The structure of the building as part of it was interfered with. You don't want to say because it was a problem.
Wat is door die velden? Alles wat hier is, beïnvloedt die velden. Dus er moet allemaal rekening gehouden worden met de structuur van het gebouw, vermoedelijk ook met de mensen die er zijn, en met het materiaal wat er allemaal daar opgesteld is, met de vele ganzen. Dat is op sommige van die tafels, met die vele reactoren. Dus alles moet in ogenschouw genomen worden.
So, okay, and so we have shown visualization. The spaceship industry is ready to fly, and in a very short time, very short, as we promised to show you in class. This system was originally placed and shown to the Belgian authorities on the 25th September 2011, confiscated materials, not to be shown in the control technology. This time, we don't have that problem. They cannot confiscate. There is no nuclear material. It's understanding how.
Dus hij komt er ik dacht dat, ik heb dat nu niet gehoord, maar ik weet dat de vliegende auto, die had moeten getoond worden in het Evolution in Eindhoven in november 2011. Maar een dag ervoor is hem gezegd geworden dat hij dat niet mocht doen. Dus toen is het niet doorgegaan. Maar hier gaat het nu wel gebeuren. Misschien wel in een zijgebouw van dit gebouw, van die designcentrum in Linz. Daar zou dat vliegende auto, dat toen 8, 9 jaar geleden had moeten getoond worden, dat wordt alsnog hier getoond. Evolution, dat prachtig mooie gebouw, dat UFO-gebouw in Eindhoven.
Create cosmic rays of the highest level, which can interfere with the center core of the Earth. This is a technology unknown, and when I loaded the system, I built into it. So in the coming time, you will see age of science technology in a very simple way, without any nuclear material. Exactly the ways.
En wat nog belangrijk is, in die tijd was hij nog met nucleaire materialen bezig. Hij is een nucleair wetenschapper, dus hij kan dat. Maar intussen heeft hij het allemaal veranderd in andere materialen. Dus het gans, dat heeft niks meer met radioactiviteit te maken. Dus hij heeft die stap genomen dat hij niet meer kon aangeklaagd worden van dat hij met nucleaire materialen bezig was. En nu is dat dus niet meer het geval.
We've seen it, you're 100% correct, because we have interfered with 2 solid magnet systems in this building. First is the wall, and then there is another magnet in this building, which we have interfered with. So it means once we can interfere with the plasmatic fields of the iron, we can interfere with the gravitational field of this iron directly. So the flight is good.
Wil dat iemand anders over proberen uit te leggen? Ad, kan jij? Wil jij? Of Mark, heb jij het begrepen? Het ging om magnetische velden omzetten. En dat heeft hij hier in dit gebouw gedaan. En dat moest hij ook doen voor dat wat hij wil laten zien of wat hij wil bereiken. Nou goed, ik ga verder.
And you better understand, we switched on only one reactor. There are tens of reactors in this system. Then you can see the mayhem. We are ready to fly, and as we test over weeks, perfect the system cannot be controlled manually.
Hij gaat erop in dat hier werd er maar 1 reactor aangeschakeld en dat moet al heel voorzichtig gebeuren. Straks zijn er 10 of 12 van die reactoren bij elkaar. Dus dat wordt nog een hele opgave. En voor Nederland is een investor van de hoe heet het, van Midden-Oosten. En die wil dus dat neerzetten in Nederland. Daar is hij nu nog aan het voorbereiden voor. Dus we zullen er ook in Nederland krijgen. 10 of 12 van die reactoren op één plaats. Voor gezondheid, voor materialen, voor andere dingen, voor voeding. Ik ben zeer benieuwd.
The system can only be controlled by thoughts, and there is one cap. The two people who can interfere with your system, the people who the essence of the embedded in the system. One is the lady here, one is me.
Zij zegt, 2 mensen hebben die units geprogrammeerd. En door die gedachtes, dat kan niet zomaar wat gedaan worden met die units. En een van die personen is hier in de ruimte, dat is Ella van Roemenië, als ik het goed heb. En de ander is een Chinese knowledge seeker en dat is Wan Lin. En zij hebben hun ziel in die units gelegd. En daardoor zijn die units, en daar komt hij later op terug, van dat ze helemaal voor vrede geprogrammeerd zijn. Dus er kan niks met de oorlog gebeuren ermee.
We have embedded our thoughts and our emotion into the system internet. This is what we said. Ask Ontario, computer system, the systems is absolutely useless. Yes. As we said to you a long time ago, we have computers, we have put everything in, but in reality it's better rubbish bin, but this is there for a difference. This goes back to all the teaching we did from the beginning. The speed of control of these reactors is so rapid that the computer cannot.
Helaas is het nu bijna niet te verstaan, maar het gaat om dat de snelheid van deze reactoren zo groot is dat niemand erbij kan zomaar om wat te doen ermee, of het, ik denk ook anders programmeren of rare dingen mee uithalen.
Yes, we have to understand in here the knowledge seekers, we have a colonial revolution by the Austrian government. We have to be distance, certain distance, and we know who sits where. In case any of you get infected, the government wants to know who you have infected if you're sitting there. But they don't know the cash foundation, so they've got the material for COVID.
Dus wegens coronavirus is het precies bekend wie waar zit en welke afstand. Dus dat zijn ze overeengekomen met de Oostenrijkse regering. Dus de Oostenrijkse regering heeft dat toegelaten wat hier gebeurt en weet ervan. En is heel geïnteresseerd in wat in deze tentoonstelling gebeurt.
But in any case, what is important, when you sit here, for example, as a captain, you control everything. At the moment, we have trained 6 motions.
Nu komt hij even terug op een eerdere training wat 6 knowledge seekers gedaan hebben. Dat heet Motion, M-O-Z-H-A-N. En dat is eigenlijk een vooruitblik geweest van wat er nu mogelijk is. Dus die motions die worden nu weer, die waren toen in Iran, ze waren in Afrika en ze waren in China. Als deel van hun opleiding. En dat komt hun nu, zij zijn altijd met elkaar verbonden geweest. Dus daar is nu een bijzondere mogelijkheid voor hun. Dat gaat nu duidelijk worden.
And there's new quotes that we call in to take responsibility. They were trained in Africa, then flown to China. They took 6 weeks of training in China, and now they're sitting around the world doing deployment. Very soon, the 6 modules of training will be called in because they know and they understand how to work, and they will train further to carry on with their work. In a way, in the other system, you have the Earth reputation, you control it. Here, we set the soul of the man, and we control it. Very simple.
Dus het heeft heel veel met de ziel van de persoon te maken, of met de ziel überhaupt. En daar gaat het om, in zijn teaching in de laatste tijd sowieso, sinds dit jaar heeft hij heel veel over de ziel, die de materie mogelijk maakt, gaat manifesteren, de materie. En deze unit, Universal Body Enhancement Spaceship Unit, die heeft heel veel met de ziel te maken. Dus het is de ziel die in die unit iets beslist.
Space technology of today, Keshe Foundation, is something like 200 years ahead of any other space agency.
En daardoor is Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute 200 jaar vooruit aan alle andere ruimtevaartinstituties hier op aarde.
We start showing the production of materials in the coming weeks and the prices. But how does it come? The whole subject is, in principle, to do with magnetic fields. The whole system is understanding the knowledge in totality.
Het geheel heeft te doen met magnetische velden en het gaat erom om het geheel, alles te begrijpen, hoe het op elkaar inwerkt, wat de velden zijn van de plaats zelf, van de materialen, van de betrokkenen erbij. Al dat komt in een geheel en daardoor gaat het ook die buitengewone werkingen geven die we zullen waarnemen.
Understanding how we create magnetic fields. The knowledge is in the book of soul. It's not with math, with a pen. All of it.
En hij zegt dat weten, dat komt uit de boeken, uit de book of soul. En dat kan niet met een pen beschreven worden.
Inherently in our inner being has this knowledge. is embedded in our genes for thousands of years. Now,
en het is zelfs al ingebouwd in onze genen al sinds duizenden van jaren. Alleen, we wisten het niet, we hebben niet de toegang ertoe gehad. En ik denk ook dat we nooit dachten dat het zo is. Dus we zijn klein gehouden en dat wordt nu geopenbaard.
we need to reach it. And if you understand the work of what I call the Book of Soul, any of us can take it. Now we start the process. And the machines are the basis. The first basis for us to be able to understand this knowledge, and with it, use the inner knowledge of the mind.
Dus die units die helpen mee om dat innere weten weer tevoorschijn te brengen. En dat is ook een collectief gebeuren. Dus collectieve bewustzijnsverruiming. Als er één verruimt, dan verruimt iedereen. Heeft iedereen de toegang toe. Dus dat wordt een heel interessante tijd.
We all carry it. It's like the DNA we carry. But we never knew how to tap into this knowledge. And with the new and the present technology which is coming up, anyone else will take the space. You can decide. It's just teaching. And the process of teaching, as I said, we start that by 21st of March 2021.
Hij komt weer terug op 21 maart volgend jaar, waar hij nog veel meer gaat openbaren. Dus we zijn nu in een voorbereiding daar naartoe. En hij zegt dat de DNA is op een bepaalde manier geprogrammeerd. En RNA vermoedelijk ook. Zodat een hele nieuwe mogelijkheden ontstaan er. Als iemand iets anders gehoord heeft, alsjeblieft zeg het.
The building of the structures are, in a very simple way, puts us in one direction, into space.
Dus wat hij nou opbouwt, dat gaat in één directie, namelijk naar de ruimte toe.
And any of us, individually or as group, can decide how we take into space. We use the dimensions of the oceans of the fields of the universe, or we stick to the matter state.
En die ruimtevaart die kan of met de velden van de oceaan, van de ruimte, kunnen we daar gaan, of we kunnen met de materiële ruimteschip. Dus zijn er meerdere mogelijkheden. En iedere mogelijkheid heeft natuurlijk consequenties.
This week, with one simple operation, we have shown how to interfere with the matter state magnetic fields in space. Then the rest is very easy. The rest is understanding the totality of the knowledge and the essence of what is within us. And then the biggest question for most of us will be, do we choose this or this? We choose the standard unit. We need to be trained. We need to be taught how to control, how to be part of the whole knowledge of the creation. And there's so many, you look at this as a sun, but in fact, this is your soul.
Deze afbeelding van de zon is eigenlijk de ziel. Dus we kunnen kiezen welke richting we uitgaan.
It's no difference. We don't and take the knowledge to the next step. And this is one of the reasons we're here. In a way, hopefully, this exhibition center becomes the permanent place for the next 12 months of Keshe Foundation. And in that process, every week, we allow a number of knowledge seekers to come in and see the progress. Next.
Dit centrum, dat heeft hij eerder gezegd, maar dat zegt hij nu nog een keer. Dat is de plaats waar op dit moment sommige knowledge seekers, een paar knowledge seekers worden toegelaten. En dan wordt dus opleiding gedaan. En dat is op dit moment het centrum. Dus vanuit hier gebeurt het op dit moment. En hij zegt later nog dat er heel weinig mensen komen naar de tentoonstelling, maar dat precies goed is, want daardoor bouwt zich iets op. Dus het is niet erg dat er maar 50 mensen misschien per week zijn van buiten de knowledge seekers. Die 50 mensen die brengen een heleboel kennis weer naar buiten toe, want ja, ze zullen niet zomaar door die tentoonstelling gaan. Ze worden begeleid door onder andere Dr. Klaus Briller, die zo direct aan het woord komt, die heel veel werk gedaan heeft voor die enhancement units. In de tentoonstelling is een voorloper ervan. En dus het is een heel mooi geheel nu, dat het daar waar zoveel begon, hij heeft de dokters opgeleid op een bepaald moment. En dat is nu eigenlijk zijn achtertuin die tentoonstelling heeft. En daardoor het centrum geworden is op dit moment.
Producing materials. And at all time, controlling what materials we can produce. The capability of the matter producing system is about 1 ton a day. This simple system.
Die material unit die kan 1 ton materiaal per dag produceren. En dat kan elk materiaal zijn. Dat kunnen dus heel zelden metalen zijn. Metalen die we nog helemaal niet kennen. Dat kan goud, maar wie wil nog goud? Dat wordt straks helemaal niet meer interessant. Zijn veel interessantere dingen die mogelijk zijn.
In the background, set in the correct way, can produce over 1 ton of material a day, commercially. I know, so I will be tested, and I know how to. This will change the biggest industrial revolution.
En hij komt nu erop te spreken dat een totale evolutie teweeg brengt, of revolutie, namelijk we gaan niet meer delven, maar we hebben die materialen kunnen we op een andere manier krijgen. Dus delfindustrie volledig niet meer nodig. Olie, niet meer nodig. Nucleair, dat is zo mooi, dat vind ik zo mooi. De nucleairwetenschapper zorgt ervoor dat er geen nucleaire energie meer nodig is. En nucleaire wapens sowieso niet. Dus al die dingen, het is allemaal niet meer nodig.
This brings cost to Africa. Furthermore, now years of exchange or mining. But in the exchange, we give more back to Africa to cover for what they need to see.
En hij zegt ook dat daardoor kan Afrika eindelijk weer terugkrijgen wat hun geroofd is door Europa, door het Westen. Dus heel snel zullen die units in Afrika zijn en daardoor in een zekere zin terugbetaald worden wat hun geroofd is.
Everything we should do by calculating around. Everything has to be correct for every citizen of this planet. We have to compensate. We have to fight. We see a massive 50 to 60 million unemployment in the United States due to the government. Not only mining, all the defense technology people working in America, LA and the rest of it, newly financed in Texas, past 10 years, all becoming success.
En hij zegt weer opnieuw dat al die defensieindustrie en die miningindustrie, farmacie, dat zegt hij nu niet, maar dat bedoelt hij ook, farmacie en die geldsystemen, al dat gaat veranderen. En hij heeft het over 60 miljoen Amerikanen die nu werkeloos zijn wegens coronavirus, COVID-19. En die kunnen op een hele nieuwe manier een bezigheid vinden met produceren van zinvolle producten. En met zelf in de ruimte reizen als ze dat willen. Dus echt een totaal nieuwe wereld gaat open.
We have a massive number of educated people unemployed, and we see the same in the Western world. Because you can fly with these systems anywhere on this planet. There is no control.
En wat wij nu geprivilegeerd in de Westen zijn, hij zegt het niet precies zo, maar ik denk dat ik een klein beetje in de richting ga. Door die vliegsystemen kunnen we overal zijn over de hele wereld. Maar niet alleen wij, ook de mensen van het zuidelijk halfrond. Ze kunnen naar ons toe komen. Wat doen we? We zijn geen grenzen meer. Dus daarmee is One Nation, One Planet, One Race echt gerealiseerd. En er is geen mogelijkheid meer om iemand te weren. We zijn allemaal in hetzelfde schuitje. Namelijk in het schuitje aarde.
My time is minutes. The biggest problem for you now, what you did when you sit, is problem. The minute you enter the system, there is no problem. Because this system does not detect the one of the major uses of this now, once we start out, people who just, you got an infection, you go in without it. Because it's energy balance of the virus. As I said to Klaus, can we have somebody with a virus positive?
Hij heeft tegen Klaus, die het zo direct aan het woord komt, heeft hij gezegd, kunnen we iemand hier binnenhalen die de virus, de COVID heeft? En daarmee de COVID depleten, want dat is het systeem, het deplete. En ja, daar heeft hij het dus over. En ze zijn dat van plan.
Machine, they come out, test again, no virus. He said it cannot be done. One of the conditions of it, anyone with a virus cannot come in the building. But there's a very good news. From us, there is a road on the side of the building that every day about 80, 100 cars come in to be tested for the virus.
En Klaus zei, nee, dat kan niet, want we hebben die mogelijkheid niet. We hebben die toestemming niet. Maar dan zegt Mr. Keshe, nou ja, er zijn iedere keer zijn er iets van 800 mensen die positief testen voor het virus. Dus, en dat heb ik niet zo goed gehoord nog. Ik moet dat even beter horen wat hij zegt, hoe je dat dan wil doen. Die zijn toch in de buurt, dus die kunnen als het ware die behandeling ondergaan.
If the test positive, you can bring them in the machine, give them back. To bring in what it needs to be done. So, in the very near future, every day, if you wait here till around about 2 o'clock, you see a queue of people lining up. If I don't know, it's the instruction of government or the police, they have to go and test. So,
dus hij ziet de mogelijkheid dat er om 2 uur een rij mensen zijn die dan die test ondergaan. En dan zijn ze dus positief verklaard van de artsen. Ze gaan naar die unit en ze gaan weer die test doen. En dan is die COVID is weg.
very soon, they test that. If it's positive, we take them here, give them 15 minutes in the machine, we give them back to the government, let them test it again. This is how we will show the power of the technology.
Zo kan de kracht van die technologie duidelijk worden. Dat is een hele goede manier om de kracht van die technologie te laten zien aan het publiek.
And in a way, it's good for us. We have to learn this because, as I said, in the space, we have nothing but viruses. And COVID is the best test. And the government of Austria has been so kind to us to put the test center part of the building. So,
blijkbaar is in hetzelfde gebouw of dichtbij is een testcentrum gevestigd. Dus toevallig is dat direct in dezelfde omgeving. En wat hij zegt is, wat heeft hij nou nog even gezegd van, ja, ik weet het even niet meer. Goed.
voilà. There are no coincidences.
Ja, er bestaat geen toeval. En wat was nou het punt wat hij nog even maakte? Oh ja, Het is een fantastische mogelijkheid voor ons om meer kennis te krijgen over virussen, want het heelal is vol van virussen. Dus heel graag gaan we die testen aan om meer te weten te komen hoe wij ons kunnen beschermen voor virussen in het heelal. Dankzij COVID.
So, in a coming time, in the space of a virus in the system, the virus is taken up. The reason we developed this virus system, I have a whiteboard back this, is very simple. It doesn't matter how much we put control in the system, the viruses of the space have a specific strength that they pass. So we have to be ready all the time.
De virussen die hebben een heel aparte eigenschap, namelijk dat ze alles doordringen, als ik dat goed interpreteer. En dus we zijn heel geïnteresseerd om meer te leren erover. En we moeten wat met de virussen, want we worden voortdurend aangevallen door virussen. Alleen door hun te depleten, dus uit te putten, kunnen we met virussen omgaan. En dan ook hun energie gebruiken voor positieve. Dus dat is nu ook al een beetje in de richting van wat Keshe Foundation gedaan heeft met het COVID-virus. Dat het juist niet tegen, maar voor ons gebruikt wordt.
The viruses we don't know. So the system can be immediately adjusted. We can produce materials this way because we have the knowledge. We know the system. Sitting here, sitting on it, depending on the field, if they can be stopped by the barriers of the fields we have created inside. If they are slightly stronger, then they carry on too. So human beings are always in danger. We see this with neutrinos on this planet.
Zij zegt dat door een schild te maken, daar kan je voor zorgen dat de virus niet verder komt. Als dat schild niet sterk genoeg is, dan komt hij toch doorheen, maar dan kan het veld weer versterkt worden. En dan komt hij erop dat neutrino's een soortgelijke functie hebben. Ik begrijp het niet zo goed, maar goed, hij legt het uit met neutrino's.
Neutrinos go right through this planet like nothing. You cannot touch it. Now,
dat neutrino's helemaal door de planeet doorheen gaan, niets kan hun aanraken. En dat is met virus soortgelijk.
the same thing in the space cosmology of viruses. The space cosmic ray viruses is something man has never known.
Hij zegt dat kosmische stralenvirussen, dat heeft de mensheid nog nooit gehoord van. Daar weten we helemaal niks van.
It can release so much energy into the soul that the soul literally opens up like sugar in the hot water.
En die stralen, die kunnen de ziel openen als suiker in heet water. Dus er is geen enkele bescherming daartegen.
You know this, you've seen this many times in the space. So what you need is understanding and being able with the system to create mostly. Yeah, that is the same. Doesn't matter. What you need to do is to create a magnetic shielding that can protect you from all the rays.
Dus wat nodig is een plasmatisch-magnetisch afscherming die de virussen toelaat, maar tegelijkertijd opvangt. Als ik het goed begrijp, zegt hij dat nu.
And you've got to be ready for it. One of the most important things which happened here this week proved one of the most disaster conditions for American securities. And the rest of defense technology.
Hij heeft het over iets wat deze week gebeurd is, wat heel verschrikkelijk is voor de Amerikaanse afweertechnologie. Ik weet niet waar hij het over heeft. Does someone know about what he is talking about? There is something terrible happening this week in American defense industry. Either he could stop it, or I don't understand what he is exactly saying. I don't know about what went on. Does someone know about it?
I don't know. Do you know what the exact words were? I don't.
We can go back.
Yeah, that is the same. Doesn't matter. What you need to do is to create a magnetic shielding that can protect you from all the rays. And you've got to be ready for it. One of the most important things which happened here this week proved one of the most disaster conditions for American securities.
What does he say? Scuties? I don't know.
Like American students.
Stooges, maybe.
Right, that sounds more appropriate.
Is he talking about people going back to school?
No. He's talking about something which either happened or which he could avoid, that wanted to happen, maybe a false flag thing that should happen this week or happened, but wasn't in that. I'm very curious about that.
My thoughts is maybe he's talking about all the students going back to school and they're going to be subjected to the corona, and the president could have avoided this by taking the technology. Would that be something?
No, he says something about defense industry that was shocked this week. The American defense was shocked because of something this week.
Maybe that's a question for Mr. Keshe.
Yes.
Well, he did. He did say the Russians confirmed that the Keshe technology is 200 years past where they were.
Yes.
So maybe that's bad news because the Americans are Russians.
No, it is something very specific that he talks about.
Well, let's listen to the whole
Probably-
phrase. Can we hear the whole phrase again?
Yes.
Before and after the words we can't determine what they are?
The space cosmology of viruses. The space cosmic ray viruses.
That's too. No, it must be just a little earlier. Even a little earlier. That was too late, too early. Yeah, here.
Yeah, that is the same. Doesn't matter. What you need to do is to create a magnetic shielding that can protect you from all the rays. And you've got to be ready for it. One of the most important things which happened here this week proved one of the most disaster conditions for American security.
So what was that word? Scuties.
You can't stop it right there. You got to let it go play through. So we can hear it's on the other side of that word.
And the rest of defense technology. If you remember, we explained, we put a system and we expand the shields, and whatever is in this shield is mine.
That is the thing that he explains with the Iranian capture of the most advanced drone from Obama in 2016 it was, I think, or earlier. No, even earlier.
With American fastest drone, with American base in Iraq, being Saddam.
Being what did he say now?
I didn't catch that one.
Sit down, or please sit down. I don't know. Maybe he has seen someone who could sit down. Should I again?
Yes. Let it play through.
Is to
yeah.
Create a magnetic shielding that can protect you from all the rays. And you've got to be ready for it. One of the most important things which happened here this week proved one of the most disaster conditions for American security. And the rest of defense technology. If you remember, we explained, we put a system and we expand the shields, and whatever is in this shield is mine. With American fastest drone, with American base in Iraq, being Saddam. Being a magnet on the UFO and the system in here, which was effective, and we saw the result. What? Klaus, I'll give you a ground to explain to you what happened here. but we don't tell you what system we have touched for reasons of, you know, he will explain to you how he felt here because he was operating system. Would you like to come in and explain?
So they have done something here which affected this week defense technology in America, I think, as I understand it.
It's the expanding of the fields. Whatever falls within those fields becomes part of whoever, I guess, created those fields. And at the end of this workshop, he said something about that the ships carrying the goods will pass freely, but the warships won't.
Yeah, right. And he, just said something about putting a magnet somewhere.
Right, right. He's talked about short-circuiting chips before in the carbon.
Yeah. That was one of the ways to diffuse flight carriers.
Yeah, you just short-circuit the chip.
Yes.
And just have a floating bathtub.
Yeah, right. and what is bemanning in English, and personnel who doesn't know anymore what they are doing on the ship. What are they doing there?
Oh yeah, it would look like that if the ship's zigzagging because it's lost control. Yeah. I don't think the captain though.
One, the captain, and also second, that they have got a lot of zinc, and so zinc makes very peaceful, and they don't understand anymore what they are doing on a warship. I find this so beautiful.
They were all like Barbara, sunbathing on the deck. They took their uniforms to the cruise ship.
Yeah, they said we renounce, what is it called? We resign. So the whole
mutiny.
The whole
they abandoned ship, mutiny.
Not even mutiny. They just they said, we don't know what we are doing here. What are we here for?
They throw up their arms.
Yeah, they lay down their arms. Yes. So that is the power of this.
So it sounded like it was some sort of the expansion of fields, which is the bad news because the Americans were not ready.
Yeah.
And they have no block. They don't have a blocking shield.
Maybe it has something to do with Beirut, because that is the next focus point.
You said a pirate?
Beirut, Lebanon. Beirut.
Oh, okay, with the other recent explosion or fire?
Right.
The second one? Something. I'm not close to that situation. I'm not sure.
Me neither. I only occasionally read the news. My best source is Mr. Keshe.
So maybe he'll set up some domes around hotspots. I'm not sure. Around the world. But he said we were going to force the governments to abandon this war because of what they're what they're seeing here.
Yeah.
He used the word force. Yeah.
And what I also can imagine, I didn't ask this yet, but that he will set up units for feeding for Gaza, for instance. Which is
I
one.
didn't hear that, but it would be in line.
Yes. One of the worst spots in the world. And of course, when there is a disaster. Okay. That is Dr. Klaus.
Okay. The first time we started the system here.
Dat is Dr. Klaus, die heeft dokters opgeleid en hij heeft de basis van dit systeem wat hier nu te zien is, heeft hij ontwikkeld. En het is heel mooi dat dat precies op die plaats nu het wereldcentrum is van Keshe Foundation.
We just tested one of the reactors inside, and there are a lot of inside. Actually, we just did a test of functionality, and I ran one of these reactors for 3 or 4 seconds, and there was an immediate impact to this loudspeaker here, to this UFO, which is based on magnetic fields.
Dus hij heeft die reactor even voor 4 seconden ingeschakeld en was een onmiddellijke reactie van die luidspreker UFO die we net eerder zagen in het begin. En die UFO die is plotseling eraf gevallen. Dus dat magnetische veld waar die luidspreker UFO zweeft, heeft onmiddellijk gereageerd.
And it just jumped on the table. It's like there was an immediate reaction. There was another interference, which we said we don't say for our reasons. But what I felt is, I felt like being in an onion, which means several phases I went through. I could not hear my colleague at a certain step, at a certain distance from the reactor.
Zij heeft nu van een andere verschijning dat hij zich voelde als een ui en verschillende schillen. Eén keer hoorde hij iets, zijn collega's, één keer niks, één keer hoorde hij weer wat. En zoals hij zich bewoog, dat was dat hij iets hoorde of niets hoorde. Dus heel interessante verschijning ook van velden.
Another distance, I could hear him again. And I went further for some centimeters and I could not hear him. So I just switched off the reactor again because I was so frightened. And it did not stop. It just stayed like it is for a certain time.
Dus hij heeft hem uitgeschakeld, want hij is plotseling toch erg geschrokken. Maar dat veld, dat blijft voor een tijd. Dus hij heeft hem uitgeschakeld, maar dat hielp niet in die zin. Hij werd een beetje bang van.
And I did not expect this because Mr. Keshe is used to all these effects already. Here in Austria, we were building these systems and we have done smaller versions of it with less reactors. But now Mr. Keshe made this specific loading he mentioned before, and even one reactor already caused this reaction and also these feelings which I could be aware, which means there was a connection to these fields.
Dus hij heeft zelf een heleboel van die onderzoeken, van die proeven gedaan met verschillende reactoren. Maar, en Mr. Keshe was ook erbij, want Mr. Keshe is al een tijdje in Oostenrijk nu, dat ze samen dat opbouwen. Maar hij heeft dus nog nooit zo een reactie gevoeld. En ja, daar moet hij even aan wennen.
And a strong impact as well to myself. And these onion shapes were the most amazing things I could experience. So let's see what we're gonna face when we switch on the entire system in the next days.
En daarbij is nog niet eens het hele systeem aangegaan. Dus hij is heel benieuwd als hij dan al die reactie had, wat hij dan die ui-schil noemt, wat er dan gaat gebeuren. Als hij al zoveel reactie, zoveel verbondenheid voelde, nu al, dat het systeem eigenlijk nog maar op een kleine schaal functioneert. Dus hij is heel benieuwd wat dat dan gaat gebeuren.
Can you explain to us how long did you run the test for?
As I said, after 4 or 5 seconds, these impacts started. Then in total, the reactor in maximum 2 minutes.
Dus na 4 à 5 seconden is die reactie al begonnen. Toen hij die reactoren opgestart heeft, die unit. En maximaal 2 minuten heeft hij hem laten lopen.
But I was just testing different strengths of the fields. But after 4 seconds, I realized that there is an impact to the environment already.
Hij heeft verschillende sterktes van het veld getest. Maar na 4 seconden heeft hij al gemerkt die geweldige invloed van die velden.
And this UFO here, based on a magnetic basis, is about 6 meters away. The other system which reacted is about 10 meters away.
Die UFO-lamp, speakerlamp, die is iets van 6 meter vandaan. En het andere systeem wat gereageerd heeft is 10 meter. Dus het is een behoorlijke bereik waar die reactie onmiddellijk te voelen is of te zien is.
And after 4 or 5 seconds, this impact was here, so these fields were built up very quickly.
You can stand there, I sit here.
Excuse me?
I sit down, you stand there. What is...
Dus die velden, die hebben heel snel gereageerd, want na 4, 5 seconden was het al opgebouwd. En dan maakt Mr. Keshe de grap van, ik zit daar, jij staat hier. Dus normaal is Mr. Keshe vooraan en iedereen anders zit. Nou is Dr. Klaus staat en Mr. Keshe is de leerling.
Interesting is that, as Klaus says, is a few seconds. We don't have that process of waiting to build up for the system. The systems have been sitting here, they're active, but not operational.
Dus hij benadrukt weer dat het heel belangrijk is dat die velden zo onmiddellijk snel opbouwen. En die systemen die zijn al hier geweest voor een tijd, maar ze zijn nog niet actief geweest.
The minute we switch on, we will see the reaction. The flight of this system in this building is imminent. The only...
Dus de vlucht van dit systeem, dat is aanstaande. Dat komt heel snel. Alleen...
What we will see, we will take this system out of this building as a plasma field, or we take this building, this system out of this building as a matter state.
Dus of ze gaan dat systeem uit het gebouw halen, uit het gebouw, of als plasmaveld, of in de materie. Dus dat zijn ze nog niet over uit wat ze willen doen.
This is the simplicity. And as I've done this many times, we most probably travel out of this building in the plasma form, which means we'll pass through the walls, through the glass, dome, without any touch.
Dus met de plasmavorm is het mogelijk om gewoon buiten dat gebouw te gaan, door het glas, door die structuur, zonder iets, zonder veel moeite.
This is how we travel in space. We travel at the strength, above the strength of the matter state.
Dus in de ruimte wordt gereisd boven de sterkte van de materie, van de veldsterkte van de materie. Zo wordt gereisd in de ruimte.
And I remember speaking to Klaus, the way he was telling what happened here. It reminded me of about the same time, around about the same time. If you go back on your calendars and look at the 2008, 28th of Shaban, which is the Arabic calendar, I went through the same thing in Tehran. At 5:30 in the afternoon, I switched the reactor on, and within a second, it was falling on the floor.
Hij vergelijkt de reactie van Klaus met zijn eigen reactie in 2008, een beetje in dezelfde tijd. Dat hij de reactor daar, die overigens ook in deze tentoonstelling is, heel interessant. En binnen een paar seconden is die reactor op de vloer gevallen.
We did the same thing. Now there we used to use nuclear material.
Maar toen ging het met nucleair materiaal. Dat heeft hij intussen veranderd.
Which is my freedom as a nuclear physicist to use. Now I have converted in the cosmetic field.
Nu heeft hij het dus in de plasmatische staat veranderd. In de plasmatische veldstaat veranderd. Hij heeft die mogelijkheid als nucleair wetenschapper met nucleaire materialen om te gaan, maar dat hebben wij niet. Dus hij heeft het omgebouwd.
Much more power.
En plasmatisch is nog veel krachtiger.
In a way, all of you have made gases, and it's in water. With the plasma technology of today, we cannot create plasma in water, but now we have. It's extremely powerful if you know how to play. as one condition. The condition is that a man has to have the attitude of peace. Peace.
Hij benadrukt weer dat er één voorwaarde is, namelijk de uitrichting naar vrede. Anders kan het niet gebeuren wat er nu aan het gebeuren is. Dan zou je ook voor zorgen dat dat niet kan gebeuren. Dus we zijn verantwoordelijk dat we in vrede dit allemaal gaan doen. Anders kunnen we niet verder.
Cannot do opposite, cannot that. And for this reason, when we loaded these reactors, we load them on the wishes of the peace and one hidden wish, we don't know what that is.
En wat hij wel gedaan heeft toen ze de reactoren aan het laden waren, hebben ze die met dat begrip van vrede geladen. En die twee hoofdfiguren van de Keshe Foundation nu, Wan Lin en Ella, die hebben daarbij geholpen om de wens van vrede. En sommige wensen zijn niet bekend, dus er kan ook niet beïnvloed worden.
David Weiner. And that wish for peace came from Ella, which was loaded into every system. I know how to transfer emotional and psychology into systems.
Dus Mr. Keshe die weet hoe je die wens van vrede van Ella kon in dat systeem brengen, die psychologie van die wens, dat in dat systeem terechtkomt.
Keshe Foundation team knows very well how it's done, but we don't put it outside, we don't teach it. And the wish for peace is embedded into these systems.
De wens van vrede is ingebouwd in deze systemen. Dus iedereen die geconfronteerd wordt met deze systemen, wordt geconfronteerd met die vredeswens.
And it's from the sort of the head of the Keshe Foundation, as one of the most peaceful people. And in this process.
En hij zegt dat het hoofd van de Keshe Foundation een van de meest vredelievende mensen is die hij ooit ontmoet heeft.
Now we have to see what's the next step for us. Maybe next Thursday we decide to turn all the systems on.
Dus hij zegt, we gaan nu kijken wat is de volgende stap. Wellicht komende week op donderdag. Tevens wat een verandering is met de normale workshop. Normaal zou hij om 9 uur beginnen. Centraal-Europese tijd. Maar voor 1 keer begint hij om 2 uur 's middags.
And we all monitor what happens. Usually we get blinded the way we did in China, or we all monitor nothing happening. But in a way we want to see how we will react in this building.
Hij wil in elk geval de reactie zien van wat er gebeurt hier in dit gebouw.
How will it affect us emotionally? How will it affect us physically?
Wat zijn de effecten emotioneel, fysiek, mentaal?
Will many of us come here with a cancer and leave without a cancer? The process.
komen sommigen met kanker hier en gaan weg zonder kanker. Dus dat is allemaal, dat wordt heel goed in de gaten gehouden.
Of development is very rapid.
En de ontwikkeling gaat heel snel. It is almost 3.5 hours, so should we go on? Zullen we verder gaan? Of zullen we stoppen? Should we stop or?
I think you've done a beautiful job, Fried.
Yeah, this time I tried to translate a little bit, which is not so easy for me because Dutch is not my mother language. Dus ik hoop dat het een beetje te verstaan was. Nederlands is niet mijn moedertaal. Ik heb geprobeerd mijn best te doen.
You're doing a wonderful job. I'm getting my Dutch lesson at the same time.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. When we listen to the other languages, that when it's translated, then it's much easier.
And it's been a good review for me too.
Good.
Someone's going to have to let these 2 units know that it's not the 4th of July in America here. They can't be popping everything in the matter state. But the soul is probably very excited, and it's just a natural process that happens with the release of the energy.
It's like me.
It's like us, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting. I can see a vision of the fields just kind of, it's like a ripple effect. It'll just kind of, and then it'll start activating the other GANs and I'm tingling as I'm talking about this.
Well, the Peace Dome is also busy all over the world. Sunday at 12 o'clock and at 6 o'clock p.m., 12 o'clock noon and 6 o'clock p.m. Central European time. The Peace Dome all over the world.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have the flyer. Every time I look at the flyer, it only has one time, because I'd be more than happy to post that in the groups just before each time. I think it's a good reminder for everybody, because there'll be people that get busy. So that's something that I noticed when I was listening to the Universal Council. They only had the one time. I don't know if there's an updated one, and to put it out there, because that's one thing I've noticed that's not happening. I mean, sometimes somebody remember, I'm working and I always manage just to quickly pop in and you know, make that reminder. So I think that would be helpful as well.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, one of us can do it, yes. We will find the thing that can be posted.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys do a wonderful job.
Thank you all for being present. And yeah, I think we'll end the meeting. So, Mark, you got a little bit of the workshop.
Ja, ja. En nu ga ik de rest nog volgen na deze. Maar je hebt het goed gedaan, Fried. Wel bedankt.
Okay. Now, thank you very much for being present. I see if I can share again my... Ja. So, dit was de publieke workshop voor vandaag, 17 september 2020. We hebben een deel we hebben teruggekeken de 346ste Knowledge Seekers Workshop van vanochtend. Een half uur maar, dus duurde 4 uur. Dus welkom voor de andere 3,5 uur. Thank you who was present for the public workshop in Dutch, Knowledge Seekers Workshop on Thursday, 17th of September 2020. It was a review of the 346th Knowledge Seekers Workshop this morning, Central European time. And we only have half an hour reviewed. The workshop is 4 hours, so welcome to look into the next 3.5 hours. Always very interesting. Thank you very much. Have a very good day, week. Till next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Love and light.
So I will end the meeting. Goodbye.